A News 3 investigation recently revealed Social Security numbers of veterans nationwide were being sent unprotected.
Wisconsin Senator Tammy Baldwin saw that story and is now working on legislation in Congress to ensure that it can't happen again. News 3 investigative reporter Adam Schrager has been researching this story for months and joins us now with an update that would impact millions of Americans.
There are roughly 22 million veterans living in America today. Those who served from Vietnam to the present are identified by the Department of Veterans Affairs by their Social Security number. That 9-digit sequence serves as their ID numbers in the VA system. It's also one of the keys to a person's identity. And after seeing that compromised here in Wisconsin, there's now a move in Congress to change the law.
I never wanted to be a part of this whole mess.
Terry Everson opened up his email last April 1st and has been frustrated ever since. In an attached spreadsheet, Everson found the Social Security numbers and names of hundreds of Wisconsin veterans.
That information was released to me unsolicited.
Nearly a year later, the State Department of Veterans Affairs still hasn't finished its investigation into how Everson got the email, which came on the federal VA.gov email system.
I don't think anyone wants their Social Security number floating around.
That I'm grateful to you and to constituents for shining a light on this particular problem.
Senator Tammy Baldwin saw Terry's story on News 3 and started doing her own research into how easy veterans can find themselves victims of identity theft.
When we took a closer look and got greater information, it seemed like the real answer here was to make sure that the VA moved away from using Social Security numbers as identification.
Baldwin says she's working with the VA on this issue, but that it appears she'll need to introduce legislation to push the department into making this change. Do you see your legislation as just an extension of kind of the mission of the VA, which is to care for the nation's veterans?
There's no question about it, and obviously subjecting veterans and their families to potential fraud or identity theft is counter to the mission of the VA.
There's a lot of work to do, Adam.
Terry Everson is a veteran himself, whose goal now is to protect other veterans from having their identities stolen. He's hoping Senator Baldwin's able to change the law and change the bureaucracy that he's been fighting since he opened an email he never should have received.
It simply makes sense, but the old "we've always done it this way, we've always done it this way, we've always done it this way" has gotten us to this point, so now it's time to make change.
There is precedent for what Senator Baldwin's trying to do. Congress recently passed bipartisan legislation to remove the use of Social Security numbers as identification for America's senior citizens on Medicare. They're all going to be getting new ID numbers within the next few years. Baldwin says she doesn't yet know how much forcing the VA to do the same will cost. Back to you.